Um, okay, hello everyone. I'm back again with What if Naruto was the new snake Sannin part 2? Yeah, part 2. Now, before I start the video, the whole story, I'd like to say that I'm gonna be changing the storyline by a bit in this What If, and I might be changing the whole concept of Naruto in the Hatake What If. It's just something to make Naruto more of an important character. But let's get on with the story. So, last time we left off, Naruto arrived at the village. He met the Konoha 3. He doesn't know them yet, but they're gonna host a trial to see if he's worthy to join them. The elite of Konoha's new shinobi, new generation. Now, Crow and Weasel. I'm sorry for the bad name, but he's just Weasel. That's the Anbu call name. Crow and Weasel go take Naruto to the training ground, to a training ground. Along come Hiruzen, Fugaku, Hiyashi, most of the clan heads, along with Danzo and the elders. They need to be there to witness. Because the Konoha 3 are known throughout the nations as deadly fighters, very skilled shinobi who can take on almost anyone, except for Kages, and even maybe some Kages. So they get to the training ground, there's like a whole arrangement of seats for everyone. All the clan heads, important Jonin and stuff are watching, because they want to see this new guy who thinks he's worthy of Konoha 3, which is they don't believe in Naruto. But Naruto's task is to fight both of the Konoha duo right now at once, and just prove himself to be a worthy enough fighter. He can either beat them, or he can either injure them to the point where they can't fight, or he can lose. If he doesn't prove himself worthy, he's not going to be in it, and he's just going to become a regular shinobi. So they get into their fighting stance, and Crow just says bluntly to Naruto, "Give up, boy. You're nothing. We're the Konoha duo. We're the strongest of the strong." And Naruto just smirks like, and yeah, he just smirks and with a cold stare, just creates two katanas out of his crystal release, and he just rushes forward, and everybody just saw him just create two pinkish swords out of nowhere, and they're like, huh? What? And Naruto's running at them. Weasel and Crow, I'm just gonna call them Shisui and Itachi, but Naruto doesn't know that yet. So Shisui and Itachi start running too. Shisui pulls out his Tanto. Itachi pulls out her kunais and shurikens. She starts throwing those. Itachi goes up for close combat. He sends an uppercut to Naruto. Naruto evades that, while Itachi is already on top of him, trying to launch a fireball at him. But Naruto creates a crystal wall jutsu, which blocks it, and he goes for Shisui, trying to finish him first, because he wants to leave Crow for last. And so he uses a Blaze Release. He uses a mini Inferno Wave, which is gonna burn Shisui up a bit. This will slow him down. And then he spreads down to the 12 demons. If I haven't explained his jutsus, let me actually explain them now, because I don't remember if I did. Now, Naruto has two Kikagenkais, Crystal and Blaze Release. And for crystal release. He can use crystal bullets, crystal spikes, crystal prison. He can also create weapons out of his crystal release. He doesn't need hand signs for that. And he also has blaze release. He can use Inferno Ball, Inferno Wave, which is Majestic Destroyer Flame, but on another level. And he can also use Dance of the 12 Demons. It creates 12 circles of intensely hot fire, which goes around the opponent, making it look like they're dancing. And the amount of heat that it emits, it sends so many heat waves to the person's head, which just basically makes them get knocked out or go crazy. It depends on what the person using it tries to do. He can also imbue his weapons with Blaze Release. So back to the thing, he puts Dance of the 12 Demons around Shisui. All he wants to do is just knock him out, and this does happen. But Shisui is strong, so it doesn't. So Naruto has to put a bit more into it, and this will knock Shisui out for a couple of days. So Shisui drops to the ground, and Itachi just sees this, and she couldn't beat Itachi. Like, Itachi was too strong, but she just saw one of the fastest shinobi who is known for his teleportation. Shisui the teleporter, for his body flicker, didn't have enough time to, well, dodge, because she realized that they just underestimated him and didn't wait for him to attack first to see his abilities. So they gotta pay for that. So now she knows that he has a sort of crystal release, and she thinks that it's Amaterasu. But Blaze Release, as I saw in the comments, is Amaterasu. But in mine, fine. I can't make it to where it's the same as Amaterasu. Okay, it's a level below Amaterasu, just by a bit. But it's much hotter than normal flames. Now, she makes a rash decision because she's super nervous now. While she's trying to keep a cool head, she makes a rash decision. She rushes in, knowing that she isn't that good in taijutsu. She's more of a genjutsu user. So she rushes in, and Naruto understands that she isn't good at taijutsu. So he creates a weapon called Kurasigama. It's basically a scythe. It's like a little sickle, which is attached to a chain, and at the end of that chain there's like a weighted stone or metal piece. So he creates that. If you don't know what that is, I might put it on the screen, might not, but you try to guess what it is. So he uses that, and he tries to catch Itachi in the. He tries to tie the chain around Itachi. He manages to do it, but only to her leg. Itachi jumps up, gets her leg tied up. In the middle of it, she tries to do Phoenix Flower Jutsu, and it goes all over the place because Naruto pulls her leg down. And Itachi's on the ground. Naruto blitzes in the front, and he and Itachi both put swords to each other's necks. So the fight is over. It's counted as Naruto's win because he could have ended that much quicker, as everybody saw. No, I'll say Naruto had to sweat a bit because I can't make him that OP. So he had to sweat a bit, but it wasn't something extremely difficult for him. So he's literally now. Of course, Shisui and Itachi didn't go all out in the beginning, so that was another thing that counted as a loss. Became the reason that they lost. But he is now an official member of the Konoha 3. Now, after the whole fight, Naruto just up and leaves. He doesn't say anything to anyone. He just leaves. He needs to get some ramen. I'm gonna make him love ramen. yeah, he wants to get some ramen. Actually, not ramen, some dango. Because Orochimaru likes dango. He's the one that made Anko love dango. So he wants to go. He goes and gets some dango, and he does that. And Itachi is like thinking about how strong this kid is, and she's like, okay, I gotta talk to him, meet him, but I gotta wait for Shisui. I want to do it together. So 2 days pass, and Shisui wakes up and he's like, wait, what happened? Did we win? Did we lose? And Itachi is sitting next to him, like grinning sadly, like we lost. And Shisui's like, oh, so that kid was strong. Did you meet him already? Itachi says, no, I was waiting for you so we could do it together. I mean, we are gonna be a team. So they get up and they go searching for Naruto. And they ask around for a pink-haired boy, short pink hair, blue eyes, sky blue eyes, a dark outfit. And some ladies say, oh, that guy? Oh, he's in the hot springs right now. And we think he went into the shared section. The shared section is where both men and women go. So Shisui's like, oh, so he's that kind of person. And Itachi's like, do I really have to go in there? I really don't want to be there, especially in a hot spring and it's shared. Shisui's like, yes, you have to. We have to work on your confidence. Come on, you look wonderful. They're not dating, just saying. So they go in there. They're like undressing. All the girls are looking at Shisui. Like he's kind of ripped, and all the boys are looking at Itachi because she's looking fine. I mean, she is 14, so yeah, that's kind of. I'll say, her kids her age go there too, so people are looking at her and him, but then they see a boy walk out of the shower, heading towards the hot springs. It's a pretty tall kid for his age, looks about the age of 14 to 15 when he's like 12. Light pink hair, blue eyes, a weird snake mark under his eye, ripped abs, everything 8-pack, slim, lean, fit, towel, everything. All the girls and just forget about Shisui and are just looking at Naruto with like hearts in their eyes. And Shisui just smiles at this. He doesn't like attention. So Shisui calls up Naruto saying, yo, Naruto, wait up. Naruto looks back and says, oh. Thinks for a second, who are you again? And Itachi's like Hashirama, you know, and like those emotional crushes when he has, yeah, Shisui's kind of like that, so he's like all bummed out, like a cloud over him. And Itachi is like having a tick mark, like on her forehead. I'll say she's a bit more aggressive in this one. Like a mix between Cold and Kushina and Itachi. Yeah. Try to guess what that looks like. So they are like, we're kind of your new team. And I was like, oh, the Konoha something. Don't remember what. The Konoha 3, right? And she's like, yes, we're the Konoha 3 with you now. And Naruto's like, well, that's good. What are you here for? Shisui says, we're here too. And they literally meet you. So Naruto just sighs and like, follow me if you want. And they go into the hot springs, sit next to each other. Naruto just relaxes. Itachi like tries not to look at his ripped bod. but she can't. She's blushing, like, yeah, that happens. And she's just smiling at this, seeing as how Itachi is always so emotionless, and now she's showing some emotion. He's like, okay, so Naruto, do you want to tell us a bit about yourselves? A bit about yourself? Naruto's like, sure, well, I mean, my godfather, the one who raised me from the beginning, was Orochimaru. I lived in the snake summon place, Ryuji Cave. I'm strong, have crystal release, and blaze release, also known sage mode, snake sage mode. I like Dango. I dislike loud people. I also love snakes. They're very cool. And Shisui is like, well, that's very interesting. Well, I'm Shisui, codename Weasel in the Ambu. Yours is gonna get picked out soon, by the way. So think about what you want. Naruto's like, I already have in mind. I already have a mask with me. It's in my bag. And she's like, okay, but my name's Shisui, codename Weasel. I just like having fun, also doing missions. I dislike traitors. And I'm Itachi Uchiha. I dislike a lot of things, and I like a lot of things too. And I don't like a lot of things, and I don't like a lot of things. My goal is to become amazingly strong shinobi. And yeah, Naruto's like, well, nice to meet you all. I'm looking forward to working with you. And they just talk a bit about life. Naruto isn't a person who talks a lot, who initiates the conversations, but he's more than happy to talk to you about stuff if you ask him about it. So they talk for an hour. They get soaked in the youthful hot springs. Oh god. Oh. Guy and Lee are rubbing off on me. But they bathe in that. They get out, go to a dango shop again. They eat some dango, talk some more, and they go to their houses. And Itachi that night, while sleeping, she usually just falls asleep immediately, but when she tries, all she thinks about is that beautiful pink-haired Naruto. And then she's like, God, what am I thinking about? He's just a show-off. I don't like him. And she keeps thinking about that. And the next day, well, she's sleep deprived. She comes to Hokage's office as they were ordered, with the bags under her eye and like a tick mark when she looks at. And she was looking at Naruto from time to time, and her eyebrows were twitching, and she had a tick mark always. And Hokage is like, well, I hope you all met each other, talked. You're gonna be a team, so it's gonna be a first mission. It's an S rank mission. You need to get to the land of rain, get to the rain village, and give a few scrolls to Hanzo. Bandits might attack you. A few missing nin. So yeah, S rank. You have 2 weeks for this mission. Good luck. Depart now. So they go pack their stuff. Naruto's wearing his Anbu outfit. Now I'm gonna talk about his Anbu outfit. So as you can see on the screen, probably is gonna be a serpent mask. His codename is Hebi, or Serpent. His mask is gonna look like that. And yeah, so he's gonna look exactly like an Anbu, but yeah. But I'll just say the Konoha 3 wear red they wear red belts, so they are wearing all red belt, and he has that mask. So they're running on trees, talking about stuff. Shisui and Itachi mostly. Naruto's just chilling, and then they're camping, and then some bandits attack, and, well, there's a group of random bandits. Some of them are shinobi, some of them are just regular people, and they try to take their stuff and, like, kill them, but Naruto doesn't have none of it. He doesn't even look at them while they're trying to sneak behind him. He senses them and just starts doing hand signs like shoo, shoo, shoo. Crystal style, crystal spikes. Yeah, he screams. He just says that, and Itachi and Shisui are like, Naruto, what are you doing? And Naruto's like, gee, man, how bad of a sensor are you, Itachi and Shisui? And Itachi's like, well, I'm a pretty good sensor, and Shisui is a normal at it too. What, we don't sense anything? And Naruto's like, oh, well, there were some bandits 5 kilometers from here heading towards us. I killed them. And Itachi and Shisui are like, what? You killed them with that jutsu from that far away? 5 kilometers? You sense that? And Naruto's like, yeah, well, first I'm a Nuzumaki, and second of all, yeah, crystal release has a long range, and I've been working on it for a long time. So they do that, and next day they pack up, start leaving again, and, well, they bump into Zabuza and Haku, who are heading towards the land of waves to get a mission from Gato. This is around the time where the Land of Waves arc would happen for Team 7. Yeah, Team 7 is Sasuke, Sakura, and a random dude. Don't ask me who. I'll say it's another fangirl of Sasuke's. Yeah, Sasuke's, I don't like him. So, they meet Zabuza and Haku. And Zabuza's like, oh, well, before we get that mission from Gato, we can get a little practice in with some Konoha Shinobi. Wonderful. He just whips out his executioner's blade. Haku summons his ice and starts to create like ice spikes, ice shards to send at Naruto and the others. But Naruto is like, no, not having this. So he basically tells Itachi and Shisui to get Shisui to his left and Itachi on his right. He asks Itachi to summon a phoenix flower and another fireball in it, and for Itachi to start teleporting around them to make them get confused, and he's gonna create some crystal and shadow clones. This is another ability of his crystal release. He can create crystal clones. They're more durable, but they're not very agile because they're made out of crystals. So yeah. And they do that, and Zabuza and Haku are just confused, like, what the heck's going on? And then they see a phoenix flower jutsu with a fireball behind it, just going at them, and Haku is a bit terrified, because, well, it's huge. It was a great fireball, excuse me. And Naruto uses this to his advantage. He knocks out Haku. He goes behind Haku, tries to knock her out, but Zabuza isn't that dumb. He knows they're gonna go for the weakest one here. So he intercepts Naruto, blocks him with his sword. Haku just realizes what was about to happen, and she jumps back and sends the ice shards at Naruto. Naruto creates crystal katanas and blocks it. He then forms some crystal and kunai and shuriken and throws it. Yeah, Naruto doesn't need to carry kunais and shurikens, he can just create it. So basically, Naruto has an almost endless supply of weapons, any weapons. He sends them at Haku, and these are very durable, but that won't do anything. Haku just dodges, but then she forgets about literally the giant fireball and Fire Phoenix coming at her, and she gets hit a bit. She does manage to get out of there in time, but she gets burnt a bit. Meanwhile, Shisui, excuse me. Meanwhile, Shisui is teleporting around and cutting, like doing little cuts to Zabuza. And now that he sees that Haku is injured and like holding his shoulder, holding his shoulder, he goes in for the weak link, and he knocks out Haku, and with their neck chop, and Zabuza is the only one left, and he sees that he can't do anything, but he won't give up because he can't leave Haku alone. He can't die here. But for some reason, he's seeing that they didn't kill Haku, which is concerning. But he didn't pay too much mind to that. So he charged at Itachi, who was already coming towards the three to help in the fight with her Tanto, and he goes in for her because he thinks that she is the weakest, but Itachi just swiftly dodges his slash and just kicks him in the back, sending him flying. But then Naruto just blitzes towards Zabuza and puts two katanas on both sides of his neck, and he then whispers something into Zabuza's ear, and Zabuza stands up, bows down to Naruto, taking Haku and leaving into a whole other direction in the land of waves. And Itachi and Shisui like, what the heck did you do, Naruto? Why did you let him go? They were dangerous missing nin. And Naruto's like, well, I saw that they were extremely strong. One has ice release and the other one is a ninja swordsman of the mist. So I decided to spare them. We spared them, and I decided to make a little deal with Zabuza. I told him that if we keep him alive, the Leaf Village can give him a good home, good pay, make him a shinobi, and he can basically do what he used to in the mist, but in a much better environment. And he agreed, because I saw that he cared for that boy with the ice release. I didn't want him to lose his loved one. And Shisui and Itachi see this whole new side of Naruto, this kind and understanding side, and they're like, oh, so he's not completely cold and apathetic towards everyone. And then Naruto's face just changes back to the I don't care anymore, and they just go. And yeah, so they go through the way into the Rain Village, on their way meeting some bandits, dispatching them, killing them, and they get to the Rain Village. Yeah, they get to the Rain Village, and there is... Wait a minute, Hanzo isn't alive right now. Okay, it's a village outside of the Rain Village a bit. They went there to form a little peace treaty because that little village had very good supplies of rice. Yeah, it had good rice. It had a good rice, so they went there and they just gave him the scroll. The village elder agreed there, saying that sure, we'll send some rice in for you. And yeah, they go back, meeting some bandits again, but they get safely back to the Leaf Village. They report everything, and Hiruzen already knows about Zabuza. Him and Haku came earlier and told the Hokage what a boy with pink hair told them. And Hiruzen praised Naruto for his decision, because they just got two extremely strong ninjas who just need a bit of more training, especially that ice person, and then they'll be unstoppable almost. He put them in a team with Zabuza being the team leader and two other Leaf Shinobi and Haku. So now it's a Jonin team. Haku is a Chunin. The other two are Genin and Chunin, and Zabuza has been made into a Jonin. And so they rest up a bit, and for the next one month or two, Naruto is doing S rank missions with Konoha 3, sometimes even double S rank or triple S rank, and so what they don't know, meanwhile they're doing the S rank missions underground somewhere. Danzo is plotting to get the Nine Tails, because he understands that Naruto is extremely strong and he won't be a puppet like previous Jinchuriki. So he wants to get the Nine Tails, extract it, and seal into a person who he trusts, or even himself, so that he can take over Hiruzen. So he constantly sends Hiruzen new missions for the Konoha 3 to get them killed, and he always sends bandits or like missing nin to try to capture the Jinchuriki. And time passes. Okay? Time passes around the Chunin exams. Naruto doesn't need to take the Chunin exams. He's one of the 3 guards for the Hokage. And on round 3, where the whole thing happens, Naruto, Itachi, and Shisui see that Shukaku's going crazy. Naruto asks, okay, in this one, someone else is trying to destroy the Leaf Village, but nobody knows who. And the Kazekage is innocent, but they're manipulating him so that Shukaku goes crazy. They just wanted to bring in the Shukaku, the unstable Jinchuriki of One Tails, to destroy the leaf. But nobody knows who it is, not even the Sand. They don't even know what's going on. So the Kazekage is like, oh shit. What the? This wasn't supposed to happen. Okay. He tells Hiruzen that he's gonna go and take care of his son. He didn't know the seal was this week, and the Kazekage goes and runs away to Shukaku to try to stop his son from getting taken over. But then they see 3 figures in white robes with black flames at the bottom, standing over. Nobody can see their faces, but then those 3 shinobi run in different places, and then they just appear next to Hiruzen and the Mizukage and start attacking. But Naruto, Shisui, and Itachi are there, so they start fighting. Now, one man, they can see through a mask. He has a Sharingan. One Sharingan. It's not Toby's mask. He's just got one Sharingan, and you can't see anything else. Tall man, pretty buff, and he's using 2 katanas. Yeah, 2 katanas, and he's extremely proficient in them, and he also has a good reaction time. But he doesn't have them. He has the Mangekyo too. He has it activated, and he's fighting against Naruto. He's fighting against Shisui, excuse me. He's fighting against Shisui. Shisui's holding his own, but he's getting sent back. They're fighting. Meanwhile, Itachi is fighting, just a random man who has extremely good reflexes and is somehow proficient in using a scythe. Yeah. And she can see that something's weird with his eyes. They look like toad eyes, but they're red. And she's heard a bit about this dojutsu. It's the Ketsuryugan, right? Yeah, it's the Ketsuryugan. And she knows about it, to not look at him in the eyes. So it's a hard fight because he's good at using a scythe, and she can't really look into his eyes to put him into a genjutsu because she knows that, well, she'll get blown up, and she doesn't know that she can counter it with her own genjutsu. Not yet. Meanwhile, Naruto is fighting a man with two Byakugans, with a Hyuga user, a Hyuga, you know, he could just see the Byakugans glowing a bit. So he's fighting that man. That man is using the 64, the Hyuga techniques, and he's like, what the heck are the Hyuga doing here? What are they doing? Are they going rogue? And the man just smiles and says, no, the Hyuga aren't going rogue. It's just we're planning to kill the third and the Mizukage. We need the ultimate power. We are the strongest. And Naruto just grins at this and sends him with a kickback. Naruto's like, no, you're not. And he just he imbues his two katanas, which he created out of his crystals with Inferno style. Now they're extremely hot and durable. And he just stomps on the ground. And in a moment of adrenaline rushing in, he sends in crystal spikes at the man. The man didn't expect this at all, so he gets scratched. He gets scarred a bit hurt by this, and so the man is holding his arms, like hurting, and then Naruto just blitzes at him, appears out of nowhere, not the flying Raijin, just pure speed, body flicker. Actually, yeah, body flicker and pure speed too. He's in the air, about to slash the man into two, but then the other two see what's going on. They abandon their foes, like they abandon Shisui and Itachi. They rush in, in a split second. The man with the Kitsuri gun, the man with the the Sharingan, with the Mangekyo Sharingan, throws a kunai and uses an ability that switches the user with another object, the person with something else. It's one of Sasuke's Rinnegan abilities, but this man has a Mangekyo ability that's like that. And so Naruto just slashes a kunai into two. And so the men in white decide that, well, yeah, we gotta leave. We can't be doing this right now. One of the men is badly hurt from is pretty injured from Naruto's spikes. The other man who was fighting Shisui is cut all over too. But he's also burned in some place because the Mizukage was also fighting with Shisui. And Itachi is extremely banged up, so she needs to be taken to the hospital. She's not in critical condition, but she's in pretty rough shape. So after the whole thing ends, Shikaku is put down. The Sand Village apologizes to the Leaf, saying that they didn't know what was going on. Some people just suggested that some elders suggested that they bring Gaara to the Leaf for the Chunin exams. So they'll investigate those elders and possibly being traitors. And they left. Basically, Hiruzen didn't die. Mizukage said, like, bye. They left. And Itachi is put in the hospital. And she's put in the hospital. She gets healed, but she's gonna be there for a while. And so Shisui is also healing, resting up. Naruto is in best shape. So Hiruzen calls Naruto and Orochimaru to his office, saying that, I'm getting old. We need a new Hokage. We need the fifth Hokage. Orochimaru and Naruto, I want you two to go find Tsunade to make her the fifth Hokage. And Orochimaru is like, huh, that old hag, you want to make her the fifth Hokage? And Hiruzen says, well, I would prefer making you Orochimaru, but the elders and Danzo are against this for some reason. I mean, you aren't part of the village, you aren't a Leaf Shinobi, but neither is Tsunade. but they don't want you for some reason. Yeah, they don't want you. They want Tsunade. So Orochimaru is like, fine. I didn't even want to be Hokage, but whatever. Let's go, Naruto. So him along with Naruto go. They go find Tsunade, and when they see her, Naruto's like, so this drunk is gonna become the 5th Hokage. Tsunade hears us and she's like, huh? What'd you say, kid? I'm not gonna become Hokage. And Naruto's like, well, you kinda don't have a choice. If not, you're gonna be made. You're gonna be a rogue nin along with your student. You wouldn't want to be ruining her career. So, pack your bags and let's go to the Leaf Village. You're the 5th Hokage. And Tsunade is just gritting her teeth. I mean, she can't ruin Shizune's life for just because she has problems. So she's like, kid, whatever. Let's go, Shizune. Shizune is on the outside. She's looking sad because on the outside she looks sad, but on the inside she's thanking Naruto because she didn't want to go around watching her master drink herself to death. So they leave. They get to the Leaf Village. Tsunade becomes the 5th Hokage. No, they leave to the end. They go to Leaf Village, and as soon as they arrive to the gates, something bad. Naruto feels that something bad has happened, and he's like, he sees Itachi in the gates. And he runs over there, asking what happened, Itachi, and he sees red circles under her eyes because she was crying. And he's like, Itachi, tell me what happened. Come on, what's going on? And Itachi says, let's go talk somewhere in private. This is bad. And Itachi and Naruto go to the Hokage monuments on top of the heads. And Naruto says when they get there, so, what's going on? Tell me. Where's Shisui? What happened? And Itachi just starts crying into Naruto's chest. Naruto didn't expect this, so he's a bit shocked. But then he he hugs her, and pats her on the head, and says, calm down, tell me what happened. And Itachi, in the middle of crying, says that Shisui, he died. It was Danzo. He took his eye, and then Shisui committed suicide because he didn't want the other eye to get taken. He gave me that eye, and it was all Danzo. He wanted to overthrow Hiruzen, and because Shisui wasn't on board, he tried to take his eye. He managed to take one, but I have the other one. And something else. Sasuke, what? Naruto's calming her down. What happened to Sasuke? Naruto knows about Sasuke because they did talk with Itachi, and he knows about her family life and about her little brother who she loves so much. And she's and Itachi says, in the middle of crying even more, she's like, Sasuke, he became so power hungry. He left the village and he is now a rogue nin. He left with those people in white. They offered him power. That's what he told me. And he put a sedative in my drink and I fell asleep. He told me that it was all to become more powerful than me, to surpass me. I don't understand why he did it, but Sasuke is now a rogue ninja. And Danzo's rampaging in the Leaf, wanted to take over Hiruzen. And Naruto realizes what just happened, and he's like, God damn it. Why can't nothing go right? And I was friends with Shisui. Shisui and Naruto have become pretty damn good friends over the past 3 months that they've been knowing each other. and Naruto just lost him, so he's extremely sad, mourning. And the funeral for Shisui happens. Danzo's also there too, like, because Hiruzen knows that it was Danzo, but he can't prove it because the elders are backing up Danzo because they don't like Hiruzen as well. So they're backing up Danzo, so Hiruzen can't do anything, he just has to wait. On the funeral, Itachi is crying because Shisui was her best friend. She didn't love him, like, in that way, but he was her best friend. And Naruto is sad, shedding a single tear. No, he didn't. He doesn't shed a tear. He's too tough for that. But he's extremely sad. You can see the sad look on his face when he's usually emotionless. People are mourning because Shisui was known around the village as a kind-hearted man who always helped out everyone. Was a wonderful shinobi, powerful, strong. All the Uchiha are there. They loved Shisui. Every single Uchiha clan member loved him. Yeah, almost all of the village is there to mourn for this loss. Because everybody loved Shisui. The funeral finishes, and Naruto gathers. Naruto asks, goes to the fifth Hokage Tsunade, and asks her to gather Itachi, Orochimaru, and yeah, those two. And those two come in saying, "What happened, Naruto? What's going on?" Naruto tells them, "Well, I've been wanting to do something for a while, and since bad things have happened lately, I don't really want to stay in this village right now. I want to go on a 3-year journey by myself, travel around the 5 great nations, see what the world looks like, experience new things. After the 3 years, I'll return more powerful, more experienced as a shinobi, I just want to go on a 3-year journey by myself. I don't want anybody to come with me or go after me, so I just wanted to say that." Tsunade is like, "Well, fine, but promise me you're gonna get stronger over that period, and you're gonna learn new things so that when you come back, you can help Itachi get back her brother. And also, be careful. We're gonna send a few Anbu. No, actually, Jiraiya's spy network is everywhere, so they're gonna be keeping a close eye on you. It's because a group called the Akatsuki has been starting to make a move. They've been looking for the Jinchuriki, and you're the Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki. So be careful. You are powerful, but don't underestimate people in black robes with red clouds, and don't underestimate people with white robes and black clouds. That is a new organization called Taka. What we know about them so far is that they're power-hungry individuals who want to take over the 5 great nations, and Sasuke is part of them now. He's probably training with them this very moment. So you get stronger too. Itachi, you as well. A man named, Orochimaru has agreed to train you in his ways, and they all agree. Naruto says goodbye to Itachi, Orochimaru, Tsunade, and he leaves on a 3-year journey, while Itachi and Orochimaru stay in the Leaf, doing some missions, training together, and this is where I'm gonna end this part. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed. Part 3 will be coming out soon, and the Hatake Part 2. Also, again, just warning you, I will change a lot of things about Naruto, about the whole concept of Naruto in the Hatake What If. And Maomia Boku, I think I'm gonna be putting that on hold for now, because I don't know, I just got tired of the idea. But if you want me to continue it, I can do it. I'll do it. Just tell me in the comments. Like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.